Hi. So I am Sadie. I'm the paint mixer and one of the paint mixers, and this is Painting Platinum. I've never painted before, so I'm going to work my way through the Learn to Paint Kit Core Skills set. This is 8906, so if you have this, you can work through it with me, but it looks like this.
Do you want me to show it on the other camera,
Yes.
Sadie? Okay,
Yes.
I
Okay.
gotcha. Hello, guys, by the way. This is the premiere show of Painting Platinum.
Hi, little blueberry. Hi,
Yes.
Nomad Zeke.
She has,
And Reaper Dave.
she has never painted this this paint
Bird
kit
with
before.
a brush.
Here's
Yay! Okay.
Now you can show it off.
Okay. Here is the Learn to Paint Kit Core Skills. It has, let's see, it has this book in it. So we're going to be working through this Learn to Paint Kit Core Skills, Base Coat, Washing, and Dry Brushing by Rhonda Bender, or Bird with a Brush. And this shows our two kits. So we have the Core Skills kit and the Layer Up kit. They have different minis, different paints, and learn different techniques from those. Okay, so.
Also, real quick, Sadie.
Yes.
The command in the chat, !LTPK, is the link to our website where this kit is.
Excellent.
Just for the people who are curious and want to see it.
Oh, I love you, Planar Crossroads. I'm so excited. Yes, the new boxes are beautiful, TJ. I really like them. It feels, let's see. Yeah.
It does. They stack a lot nicer. They just feel great.
Feels great. Okay, so new plastic kit. Yes. Is there anywhere you can purchase just the books? I had them but lost them with the recent move. I don't know about that. Magnetic Gumby. Do you know if we have any like PDF or?
We've been in discussion about that. That's actually a great Reaper Live question for Ron or Ed tonight.
Excellent.
It's something that we've talked about. We have to kind of work with Rhonda on like if we want to distribute it that way or what we want to do, because obviously what we don't want to do is just give people all of the information in the booklet easy, right? But it's, we're still trying to work through that, I believe.
Excellent. Poleth says, my Pathfinder paints didn't even have the new case. Yeah, I believe we were working through the old cases just as we released the Pathfinder set. Do you sell just the case and the foam I sent? Caldor. I think we do.
Just the foam and just the case?
Yeah, I think we do. Don't
yeah. Do we have it for the new ones?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's another good question for Ron.
So yeah, exactly. That's a great question for Ron.
Awesome.
She works in paint, and I'm up here, so I don't actually know.
So we're pretty far from all that. So this is what we have. We have the Orc Marauder here. Got this big. Is that a sword?
I think so. It's a scimitar.
Okay.
Was it a scimitar?
Oh,
no.
it is
Actually, I don't think it is. It's like a cleaver, since technically it's got a scimitar. Just tapers at the end. I think that's. You know what? Let's ask Rhonda. Rhonda is not that she would know. Actually, that's a great Ron question too.
And a spiky little shield on there. Okay, and then we have the mango timur.
I like mango timber better.
Yeah, I do too.
Also, look at that.
He's
Miss Victoria Pugh is in chat.
Hi, Reaper Harley. Let's see. You're amazing. Okay, so he's got this shield.
Dave actually answered the question from earlier. He said, I do not think the case with foam, he thinks it's still the old case, not the new case.
Bird with a brush, it is a big, sharp thing you can use to hurt people. That is exactly what it is. Okay, and then we have the skeleton archer. I feel like he's a really old sculpt.
It is an incredibly old sculpt.
I really like it.
I believe. I think it's one of our, not originals, but it is very, very old. In fact, I think Ed sculpted that one, didn't he?
I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but I think Ed sculpted that.
That there. Perfect.
Obviously, if he didn't, then, feel free to correct us. But
okay, so in here we have the zero brush. So this is a round brush. I believe. Yes?
You want to show us the tip?
Round brush. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No problem.
Round brush. Little tip. Pointy brush.
So this will actually be the first time I've ever seen the inside of one of these explained. So this is a first for both of us.
Excellent. Okay, and then we have number 2 brush. This is 8501, and it's a flat brush. So there is that. And this one is 8505. So 8505 and the 8501. Oh, I forgot to say, so normally these come zip tied when you get them from us and directly from us. Nobody's ever opened it. It'll be zip tied right here. So you'll have to use like a diagonal cutter, nipper, snips to open that. So we have the 3 minis, the brushes, and then we have the paint. So I'm going to start with Dragon Blue. This is 29815, and this is one of the HD colors that's moving to Bones. So this will have a new number soon. But that's Dragon Blue, and that'll be available outside of the kit.
That's a pretty blue.
Yeah, it is a pretty blue. That'll be available outside of the kit sometime, I think, before January. Then we have 9433. This is Mountain Stone. This is actually one of my favorite colors. It's like a kind of dirty gray. I think of it as like a warmer gray. But here is 9200. This is Harvest Brown. And we have 9054 Polished Silver. It's just a really, really light silver. 9037 Pure Black. 9030 Leather Brown. 9408 Candlelight Yellow. This one's really, really pretty. And we make this a lot. We go through this really quickly.
Yeah, it's a very bright yellow.
I'm always making this yellow. Always. I love it. Okay, so then we have 9452 Blade Steel. So we have 2 metallics so far, 2 silvers, a light and a darker.
Actually, Nataipriest, they said that they had never had Reaper paints before. Do you think Reaper paints are great? Do you think they're worth it?
I do. They're really the only paints outside of like folk art. Is that what it's called? Folk art or whatever, the Walmart hobby store paint, whatever. But anyway, I love them. I've been using them for a really long time. I actually had a set of the pro paints that came in the pots. So comparing to that and everything, I love them. But let's see, they come in a dropper, so they don't dry out as quickly as if you had like a pot. I think that's the upside to having a dropper, and you can mix them, and you know how the ratio is with water to the paint. So let's see, Naga Green 9413, that's also a super popular color. I mix that all the time, very pretty. Desert Sand 9432. I think that's it. I think we went through them all. Okay, so, and you have lots of extra space, so you can buy one of these and put your other paint colors. Like if you come to ReaperCon and you get the Drow Nipple pink, or you get your rose gold at the party, or whatnot, you can put it in there and keep a couple figures in there. So that's great. I'm gonna put these 2 back in. Let's see. Push that this way. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go through this really quickly. We already went through everything that's included. You might also want to have a file or a sharp scalpel, a sharp blade, in case there's any mold lines. I don't think these have any mold lines, but if you did, you could scrape them off if you wanted to, or you could file them off. So that would be something nice extra to have if you're going to do this.
Yeah, more specifics to the actual like cleaning of a mini, you might see on Terrain Tuesdays. So,
yes.
Like, because neither one of us, I imagine, know how to do it very well. So
no,
we're probably not going to demonstrate it.
No. You can paint them right when you get them. You can wash them with soap and warm water. Sometimes the swords or little parts will get bent. So if you run them under warm water, or I think if you use a hairdryer on them, you can warm them up and kind of mold them back, let's see, to the way you want them. If you thin the paints too much, they're not going to go very well on the bones. So I think using a thick coat for the first layer is a really good idea. It talks about the brushes. Let's see. So we're going to be painting the skeleton archer first. So I'm going to take the skeleton archer, and it says to affix it on a holder. So you can use a pill bottle, or what else I don't know what this is. This piece of wood that Michael Collins gave me.
Yeah, it's I think it's the corner of a table or a
I was
chair
thinking
leg,
a bed.
Bed, yeah,
Bed
something.
post. So
I think you got it from Hobby Lobby. I really don't remember.
And sticky tack. So the blue tack, put that on there, kind of get it in there. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, I have a paint pokey. So I have one of John Overton's paint pokies, little skull with the needle, but at home I've used one of the push pins with the bead on the other end, and that works just as well. If your paint bottle gets clogged, don't ever try and just like squeeze it, which is a mistake I've made. It'll just pop open, paint will go everywhere. All you have to do is, if it's clogged, you take the little pokey guy and clear it. So that's that. So we have our paints, we have our skeleton guy, and we have our brushes. So first we're going to talk about mixing the paint. So like I said, you can use the dropper, and you can very easily create whatever ratio you want. Let's see. Poke tool. I like that, the Calisandra. Neurocog. Would love to get a paint pokey. Pookie. Oh yes. I think, did we give those away at ReaperCon?
We did. No, we sold them at ReaperCon.
Oh, we sold them at ReaperCon. Just kidding.
We talked about giving some away for Reaper Live, or maybe even some other shows, but as of right now, that's not something that we've done yet.
They're hard to make, and it takes a long time.
Also, there's no giveaways today, just to clarify, so people don't have to type hashtag
Hi,
free.
Cyberstorm. It is Sadie. Yeah, no giveaway. They won't let me give anything away. Okay, let's see. So the colors we're going to use are Naga Green, Harvest Brown, Leather Brown, Dragon Blue, Blade Steel, and Pure Black. I think those are all the colors we're going to use. So, Naga Green.
And you have a wet palette, right?
I do have a wet palette. I've never used a wet palette before.
Don't tilt it too much. You'll pour water out, I think.
Okay, I'll be safe. There. It's a wet palette. It's a spongy guy with water in it and a piece of parchment paper. And I'm told this keeps basically just a humid environment so the paint won't dry. So it keeps the paint wet. Hi, Forever Night. Reaper Dave, blame Ron for no pokies. Yeah, let's do it. Hashtag let Sadie do a giveaway. I love that hashtag.
We can absolutely do that next show.
Okay, we're going to do that next show. I'm sorry.
Yes, we will definitely give stuff away next show. We have to,
we'll give stuff away next show. I promise.
In fact, you had something kind of in mind for that, didn't you? That was a little special?
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that yet.
That's fine. We can still tease it.
But it's sparkle color.
Yeah, Sadie has something special potentially.
Special sparkle color. And I made all of it. So I made the base and I put the sparkles in it. I did all by myself. Let's see. Free paint. I hope so, Neurocog. I hope they let me give away paint. That would be really fun. Especially if I made it. Sparkle teases. Exactly, Sigwolf. Okay. So, before I get into painting this, I'm going to go over kind of the terms in the glossary. So, the base coat is going to be the first coat that you use applying the paint. So just the first coat, base coat. Like I said, using it a little bit thicker, I've heard, adheres a little better. A coat is a single application of paint over a section of the miniature figure. That's pretty self-explanatory. Dry brushing I'm going to show more of what the book goes into, but it's a technique that allows you to highlight textured surfaces on the figure. So you dip the brush into unthinned paint and then you wipe it several times across a paper towel, and it leaves just a little bit of paint, and you can go over the top. It's good for raised textures like chainmail or stone. Glaze. I saw Anne do a glaze yesterday on the toolbox, but it's a very thin paint applied over an entire surface area. So not thin like a wash as I understand it, but just all over the surface really quickly and a little thicker. Let's see. Highlights are mixes of paint that are lighter in color than the midtone, and you put them where light would normally fall on the figure. So this is something I keep hearing about, is when you're painting a figure, you decide where the light's going to hit it. Like I would have thought you just always do like lights on top and maybe over here. I don't know. But so yeah, so that's something you think about, is putting the light in a specific place. Layer. We're going to talk more about that in the second kit, but in the layer up kit, but it says a way to create the appearance of shadows and highlights on a figure, and you build up successively darker or lighter layers of paint in small areas over the midtone, so over a base coat or a regular coat. Liner and lining. This is used in a dark color, and it's been slightly thinned, and you apply it along the lines and crevices where the figures meet. It simulates shadow lines, and it helps visually separate the different sections of the miniature. Liners are also a little bit different in their chemical composition, I guess. And they kind of grab a little bit better. Midtone is the overall color of an area, so not the shadow and not the highlight. Shadows are darker. Wash is a technique that allows you to add shadows to a highly textured area of the figure. So when I test a wash, I do it over a wing. It's got all the feathers, and so it'll pool into it, and all the lines will show up, rather. Let's see, and then wicking. This is when you dip your brush into thinned paint and the bristles soak it up. So if you put a little too much paint on something, you can wick it away with a dry brush, damp brush. Okay, perfect.
Also, real quick, Sadie.
What?
I just had a brief conversation with Dave, and he said that he wants to give away Poke Tools. So
today?
Yeah, he wants to give away a couple of them. Because he said, and I quote, I'm going to go on record here, and I quote, he said he would cast them himself. So, if you guys want a Poke Tool cast by Dave, yeah.
Poke Tool. Okay, excellent. So we're going to give away Poke Tools. How do we do that?
Hashtag free enters for a Poke Tool.
Hashtag free in the chat.
In the chat right now. Yes.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited I got a giveaway.
This is unrelated to the thing you talked about earlier. The special thing that you're not supposed to talk about.
Oh, yeah, the Sadie Sparkle or whatever. Somebody called it the Sadie Sparkle. Okay. Anyway, so now we're going to start this skeleton archer. So we're going to do a base coat. Paint on smoothly. So we're going to use what?
Real quick, too, if you guys really want to, Dave is going to sign all of 5 of these Poke Tools.
Did he really say that? I'm not reading the chat. Did he really say that?
No, he didn't say that. He texted it to me. He said, I will cast them myself and sign them. I'm like, oh, well, that's awfully nice of you, Dave.
Oh, my goodness. Look at all these. Oh,
yeah, 5
yay.
signed Poke Tools from Dave.
I thought I heard 2. 5?
No, it's 5.
It's 5.
Well, I said a couple, but I said, like a southern couple meant could mean up to 30, because that's how a couple works.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Perfect. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so apparently you can use your brush handle to create water drops, which I never thought of. I always thought you'd have a little empty bottle, but you can do one drop water like that. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to shake the paint bottle, squeeze a few drops onto the palette, and dip the brush into the paint about halfway up the bristles. So I know that's a good idea because we don't want to get the bristles all, we don't want to get the paint into the metal part.
Max Power suggested that we actually, instead of the skull, it's just Dave's face.
I'd like that.
It's just Dave's face on the end of the pokey tool.
Can we get a sculpt of Dave's face?
You know what? Dave's in chat. Dave, what do you think of a sculpt as your, like, for your face as the pokey tool topper?
Okay, so I'm gonna use, okay, in the wash, I'm gonna use, I believe, this desert sand color. Totally ground, wash. Okay, so we're gonna highlight it with Dragon White. Desert Sand is going to be the dry brush color. Let's see, base coat. It says you usually need 2 coats to obtain an opaque layer, but some colors may require more. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I've been looking for this color. Okay. So we're going to mix 1 drop of Mountain Stone with 4 drops of water. No. That's second. Hold on.
You want to see if you can show us that on your wet palette on the QVC cam, as it were?
Let me just find the color I'm supposed to be using. I'm not reading this fully.
No problem.
I'm like really like scanning over this. Let's see.
We're going to test Rhonda's instructions.
It's not Rhonda's instructions. It's my reading. I like to really quickly like half read things. Sample 1. Okay. Desert sand. Okay. I was right. Okay. So we're going to take this desert sand and put it, yeah, let's go to the close camera.
Yeah, you have to get it over there. There you go. A little further.
Right there.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to drop some of this onto the palette. Okay. Excellent. Take my little skeleton guy, including his shoulder pads. So we're going to paint all of it, including the shoulder pads.
So you're painting the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm painting the whole thing. I think I'm supposed to paint the whole thing.
Rhonda, she's supposed to paint the whole thing? We have personal instruction from Rhonda herself.
Thank you, Rhonda. I'm not the best paint learner, apparently, but...
I think that wet palette may have been from Hobby Lobby, someone asked.
I've heard people say that you can make them from, like, what, like a Tupperware container and a sponge and a piece of parchment paper also. I think I read that somewhere. Okay, so I'm just putting a coat of pretty much straight desert sand on the skeleton. There's a hair on here. And luckily we found the hair before we had to do any of the fun hair techniques that Anne did yesterday with the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
With the scalpel and the taking it off.
She said paint all the parts that are bone with this color, Sadie.
Okay, I think I'm...
Did you also paint the quiver?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I just got a little drop on there. Nope, no. I'm doing good so far.
Awesome.
Okay. Anything else fun going on in chat?
Let's see. They're talking about painting plastic versus metal.
Oh.
And then the creation of a wet palette.
Creation of wet palette, plastic versus metal. I've come around to plastic. When we first did plastic, I was like, metal feels so much better. Almost like packaging, you want it to be heavy and whatnot. But I've seen a lot of people paint these and they look exactly the same. Like you can't tell.
According to Rhonda, it doesn't matter if the bone color gets on other stuff because you'll just paint over it later.
Oh, perfect. Okay, excellent. All right, so I think we've got a whole base coat of this.
Yeah, looks like it's starting to have that bone color on it.
Awesome. Excellent.
Are you having to wash your brush a lot, Sadie?
I've just heard you're always supposed to wash your brush a lot. Are you not supposed to wash your brush a lot?
That's what you're having to.
I hear Ann do this a lot in her office. And that's the one thing. I got one skill. She's got a rhythm to it.
That's awesome.
All right. So, we got...
You should give us a better look at that if you would.
This is... Yeah, I'll move him back.
Yeah, the tape.
This is our
Perfect.
skeleton. I've got a base coat of the desert sand.
Yeah, I actually don't see any on the quiver, so.
Awesome. Good for me. There is a little spot on there. The desert sand, the 9432. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to allow the paint to dry for a few moments. If we were at home, didn't have a mic on, we could use a hairdryer to kind of speed up the process, but we won't do that today.
You just blow on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at that, it's dry.
Yep. I got the magic blowing. Okay. Keep an eye out for spots that you missed. So if we're going to go back and do this second coat, if we missed any spots, we can definitely go back. Okay. And it should be mostly matte by the time it's dry. Like not flat matte, but like not shiny wet. Okay. So I'm going to do one more base coat of everywhere that's bone, not the quiver, and not the bow. But even if I did, I could go back with the brown and go back over it, according to Rhonda. So even if we did get it on the quiver, which I got it on the quiver strap, but that's okay. We can always go back over it. Okay. So this is fun not only because it's a really early sculpt and it might be Ed's, but I usually, like if I were going to paint something, it'd be like a pretty lady with lots of hair. So I've never painted a skeleton. I mean, I've not really painted that much anyway, but definitely never painted a skeleton. Okay. Let's see. Step 2, we're going to do a wash. It's going to bring out the fine sculpted details. So to create a wash, we're going to mix 3 to 5 drops of water into a drop of paint. It'll be very thin, so it will go into those crevices. Let's see. So if we wanted to do a test over whether a wash would work, we could paint that mixture over a piece of paper with print on it. And when it dries, you should see it tinted with the color, but you should still be able to read what the print says.
Scotch Goblin says hi.
Hi, Scotch Goblin. Oh, let's see. Okay, so we're going to make the wash. What color is our wash? That's the dry brush. The wash, we're going to use Mountain Stone, 1 drop Mountain Stone with 4 drops of water. Okay.
You know
I'm so excited to use these colors.
I didn't even, yeah, I mean, they're pretty awesome. I didn't even think about it, but can we ship a Poke Tool internationally?
I don't know about that. I'm sure we can.
Okay, just making sure. We're going to try.
I could get a hairdryer and have Justin turn off the mic, bird with a brush, but I forgot the hairdryer really is the reason why. Okay, so I have the Mountain Stone and we're creating a wash. So we've done, I think I did 2 drops. So I'm going to do like 8 drops of water. So we keep that like 1:4 ratio.
Make sure it's dry before you put the wash on.
Okay.
That's
I'll do that for
that's
sure.
what Rhonda just said.
Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda, you're the best. I love this, and you're the best. I'm glad you're here. Okay.
Also, per Dave, through Rhonda, I guess we missed this. Make sure to turn the mini upside down to get the lower areas, like to make sure there's no overhangs. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh.
Underneath and such.
That's a good point. Okay. Get like I don't know what that bone's called. The coccyx? The little bottom of, the little tail. The bottom of the spine. I think that's all I missed. Excellent. All right. So I'm going to make sure this is all dry, and then I'm going to use my wash. I made a wash out of the mountain stone and water. Justin, if you want to show my little wet palette. That's that right there. Just mountain stone and water. It probably, I don't know, it probably needs a little bit more water. So I'm going to do while that's drying, I'm going to do the test on my book. Which I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, excellent. So.
Did it work out?
It worked out, I think. Let's see. Turn Skelly over and get undersides. Very smart. Okay. No, bird with a brush, it doesn't make me nervous. It's better. Let's see.
Hey, Grandpa's important too, Dave. You get it? Because he said grammar is important. And I said Grandpa's important as well. That's a joke for tonight, Dave. You can use it. You're welcome.
Speaking of which, my grandparents might be watching. I made them a Twitch. Their Twitch name is Grandma and Grandpa. How cute is that?
That's perfect.
That's sweet.
You want to bring that down so we can see it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Perfect. Right there. Oh, yeah, that looks good.
I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah. This is so much easier than just like picking out a really cute mini and globbing on paint until you hate it. That's what I normally do. Okay. Beautiful. And I'm trying not to let this pool, but like it said in the book, if we, like I have a little bit in a crevice that I don't like, so I can take the zero brush and wick it away. Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah, Rhonda's right. You can actually see like the bones pop out now.
I
like
love
you can
it.
you can absolutely see them.
Okay. Getting all these bones. Did we ever find out who sculpted this? I'm really curious.
Hey, those are the same to me, Vicky. We should just eat Grandma. She's talking about how commas are important.
Grandma. Reaper Harley, you're wild.
Did you say who? Did we figure out who sculpted them?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, you're in chat here. Do you remember if Ed actually sculpted? Oh, no. Yeah, Vicky said that Ed sculpted that.
I love it.
So Vicky's a reliable source.
This is a piece of history. Reaper history. All right. Oh, now I see he's got a cute little face. He looks like those little alien skulls you see on the History Channel on all their weird alien shows.
Wait, 2010, really? I thought it was older than that.
No way, really?
That's what Vicky says. I could have sworn it was because I thought that was basically based on the metal version, and the metal version's from like 1938-ish, give or take 5 years. Sculpted by Ed himself before he went off to war.
You know he sculpted that after the war.
Yeah, no, you're right. You got me. He sculpted that after the war.
Okay. So we did our wash. Let me make sure I did it right.
Oh, Vicky said 2005.
2005, okay.
That's still
All
not
right.
as good as, circa 1938.
That's not older than us. I thought it was going to be older than us. Scotch Goblin says, my daughter wants to paint, but she just wants my chibis. Yeah, I really like the chibis too. I think Anne said that depending on her age, that monsters are a really fun thing to start off with. you can use bright colors, and they're big and exciting. Bird with a Brush says it sounds like you need more chibis. You do need more chibis. So I almost got into this hobby painting my stepdad's minis. So basically what happened was my stepdad got a Reaper mini. I think it was like a knight with a sword, and got it from like a local game store. And I met Dave, and I told Dave, my stepdad paints these, and I'm gonna paint his knight because he hasn't painted it yet. And Dave was like, oh, no, you can't paint miniatures. So Dave gave me a Velocithrax, I think, a big dragon, and a box full of pro paints. And I would have been a really good painter by now, but I wasn't focused enough to get that going. I tried to glue it together and it didn't work. So this might be a terrain thing, but I think that you would pin it to make the dragon stick together and work and all that. I don't know, but yeah, so that was like my entry into this, was almost painting my stepdad's minis. Okay, so
Quick blow on it. It works for my soup. It's got to work for that, right?
yeah, you have a magic noise, so I can blow on it and then it's done with a magic sparkle.
You know, I do have a soundboard over here that does some effects.
Has nobody asked you for a magic sparkle yet?
People have asked me for lots of things, I have it working. I don't trust it to like really communicate the sound very well.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could do like drops of Ed saying funny things, silly things, like the F word or whatever?
Oh yeah, we need a drop of Ed saying the F word.
Doesn't he say the F word a lot?
Yes, he does, like a punctuation. The show is a conscientious effort on his part to not say it.
Okay, so once that's finished, we're gonna do the dry brush. Once it's finished drying, it looks almost dry. There's just one little kind of little area in his little collarbone that looks like it's pooling. I feel like I can use more. If you want to show Justin,
Yes.
I feel like I can use more detail under here, so I'm gonna do more wash here. Where am I?
I have it on good authority that what Rhonda does is she makes a small cup of it and just dips the mini in.
Rhonda, is that how you do it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Give
what she
him a
does.
dip?
Yeah, a literal dip.
Little.
That's what she confided in me last time she was here.
Did she really?
Yeah, she also said she was going to move here permanently. So take everything I say about Rhonda completely as gospel.
Oh.
That's important.
Where does Rhonda live? Rhonda, where do you live?
Should be here now.
Really?
No.
Oh my God, Justin, you're embarrassing me, please.
I actually, you know what? I really don't know where she lives. Oh, she said that's the Bobby Jackson way. Oh, that's fair. You guys were both in the car when I took you to the airport. That's fair. Okay. I got them mixed up. That was Bobby.
Let's see. Okay. So we got our little wash. I don't know. I still feel like that could be darker.
East Tennessee. I remember that now.
East Tennessee.
She lives in East Tennessee.
I bet that's really pretty. Land of allergens. That's here sometimes. Okay. So I want more there. And I think I'm satisfied with that when that's done.
Yes, Jedi Jared. Actually, the Kickstarter party stuff just shipped today.
Yay!
It's got a big old bundle of goodies.
Okay. So we're going to wait for this to dry and we're going to blow on it. So Scotch Goblin says his daughter's 13 and she and her friend went ham on a few older minis. That's very sweet. My youngest son is 3 days old today. Learn to paint kit maybe. We need to make that infant learn to paint kit. That finger painting kit. Let's see.
See, look, there you go, Rhonda. If your sinus is clear up here, it sounds to me like you should just move here.
Why doesn't everybody move to Denton?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not.
Everyone should
A
just
lot of
move
people
here.
need to move out of Denton, and then this community needs to move into Denton.
Well, thank you, Scotch Goblin, for the gifted sub.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, speaking of which, is Friday, by which we match all gifted subs.
We chase away the Friday blues now.
The Friday blues.
Not the Monday blues.
Correct.
Friday blues.
And we have about 3 weeks to determine whether or not we do the giveaway, on whether or not we hit 1,500. So make sure you tell everyone you know, gift subs, do all that kind of fun stuff, so that we can give away more of those the minis there, the top 100 and top 50.
Okay, so I'm going to try the dry brushing. I'm going to bring out my paper towel situation here. Okay, so I'm going to dry my brush off well with the paper towel and dip the bristles into the paint.
Thank you, Forever Night.
Thank you. Subscribe for 3 months. That's excellent.
3-month streak.
So I'm going to wipe this off until it barely leaves a mark on the paper towel. Okay. And then I'm going to go over it with the brush being kind of flat so I can just get the details. I don't know. I don't think that wash is dry enough. I'll just go over places where it looks a little drier.
Soon, Sibstorm, soon. Once the holidays pass, we in theory, starting January 6th, should have a show every single day. So, now, a couple of those shows are going to be painting shows. One of them will be like a terrain technique show, so if you can't follow along, then, it may not be as fun, but it'll still be fun to come watch.
All right, so I'm just going over and I'm dry brushing. I think that could be a little drier, but I'm dry brushing the areas I want it to be lighter. Let's see. And his little shoulder there.
Yeah, like Dave said, we try to cut down on profanity. Now, I will say the occasional thing happens. I mean, we are human, fortunately.
Try to keep it family friendly.
We do. Now, I think our stream still has a mature audience warning on it, just because I never know what's going to come up.
You can't control Ed or anybody.
At one point, we talked about meth gators, so some
God.
people don't like meth gators.
Meth gators. We don't sell meth gators, do we?
No.
You never know.
I don't believe we do.
I find new little minis all the time that I didn't know existed. So what you're saying is you need an after dark show too. Internet John, that's mine.
Actually,
Jojen?
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 Internet Jojen?
Internet Jojen? I thought it was our John. That's not. That's Reaper John.
Actually, so what he's suggesting there is kind of, just as a little hint here, Dave and John's show on Fridays is we're aiming to move that more towards the Adult Swim type situation.
Welcome to Reaperland.
Yeah, Welcome to Reaperland, where it feels a little more relaxed. It's probably a little more adult, but it's still going to be pretty family friendly. I think.
PG.
It is still, we're talking old PG.
13.
PG-13 maybe at best, new days.
Okay.
So, nothing crazy.
All right. So, it's looking better. Let's see. We did our dry brush highlight. Okay. The guy in the book looks a little darker. I feel like this could be a little darker. Maybe not, though. Yeah, it could probably be a little darker. Okay. So, let's see. But in the big picture, he looks about like mine.
Actually, Max Powers, then it sounds to me like we're going to be PG because Twitch allows 0 boobs. Yes, he said we'd see boobs and we'd have 1 F-bomb per show.
Boobs and 1 F-bomb. That sounds okay to me.
Thanks for the sub, Scotch.
Thank you,
Also,
Scotch Goblin.
Tell your wife congratulations for the job as a nurse.
That's the most important job in the whole world.
It is a very important job.
Even maybe more than doctors. I like nurses more than doctors
Do
usually.
you? I mean, they're
Not
usually
all
the
doctors, but
they're usually the ones that like tend to your like, depending on what kind of nurse, your
They-
day-to-day needs.
really know what's up. They really know.
Correct.
Should be rated R for Reaper. I agree, Rob Jedi. We should get an R rating. Let's see. Hi, Frisian. Okay, so got my guy here. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna do the ground area. I feel like I could have done a little bit better on the skeleton, but I'm gonna keep applying this formula to the ground. And am I gonna do the ground? Yeah, I'll do the ground first. Okay, so the ground area, we're gonna use the Naga green. So I'm gonna base coat the ground with the Naga green. Okay, so in here somewhere, I read that if you want to make a highlight color, you would add a little white, unless it's a green or a red, and then you're gonna add a little bit of yellow. So for this, I still need to shake this a little more.
Also, Rhonda mentioned earlier that
What did Rhonda say?
on page 11, there's some tips about holding your brush
Oh, thank you, Rhonda.
in the event that you want it.
I probably do. Probably do want it. Okay. Let's see. Examples of orienting the figure in different ways to get the best results from dry brushing. Draw the brush perpendicular across areas of texture like the ribs. So I was probably going in a little bit too much on the ribs. Maybe just flat across the figure would be better. So, excellent. For the less textured area of the leg, hold the figure in the orientation picture to the right to build up the dry brush layer on the upper and outer side of the bone. That makes sense. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll try and be better on the grass. Okay, so I'm gonna take a really thick layer of this Naga green, and I'm gonna make a base coat on the grass. I think I got the paint a little too high up into the paintbrush, but I think it'll work out. I think it'll be okay. It's a new brush. I always feel like when you have a new paintbrush, you can kind of get away with like a little bit more, but that's probably just me justifying things. Okay. So this might be a little thin to be a base coat, but I think it's working. We might just go back and do another coat. I do see like, I don't know if that's a mold line, just the tiniest bit of a line, like we were talking about earlier, that maybe we could have gone in with a file and kind of smoothed out, but I don't think we'll be able to see it once it's painted.
Yeah, if all else fails, just paint over it, right?
Yeah, I think I heard that on Ann's show. Maybe not exactly quite like that. Scotch Goblin says she was a nurse in Japan. It's taken 10 years to finally get her license here. I think about that kind of thing all the time, is that you have a job somewhere else and then you move here and you have to go back to school, and it's really hard. That's really exciting. There's a second step of dry brushing for the skeleton. I'm sorry, Bird with the Brush. I'm really going through it on your kit. I'm not reading like I should. I'd like to think if I were at home doing this by myself, I would be more focused. Okay, so we did the dry brush base. Okay, I see. Dry brush base and then dry brush highlight. Oh, okay, so that would give me more contrast and it would look more like this guy in the picture. Okay, perfect. So I have my color, the desert sand color, and I'm adding dragon white. Let's see. Oh, no, just dragon white. Just dragon white. Okay, so I'm going to put the dragon white on the palette. I'm going to make sure I shake it really well. If you squeeze out a little bit and it doesn't seem to be in solution, like there's some watery bits around it, shake it a little more, you know. It's probably obvious to most people, but I don't think I knew that until I started mixing and having to match them, and different little pigments would show up if you didn't shake them well enough. Okay, so I'm gonna take this white unthinned out. And I'm going to wipe it on my brush until barely any paint comes off. Okay. Oh no. Okay. It says don't panic though, because if we do something we don't want to do, let's see, you can scrub it off with a clean, damp brush. So let's see if we can do, that's a good example of when we'd want to scrub it off with a clean, damp brush. Because I just took away all my detail that I put in washing it. Okay, I think that's, yeah, I think that's working.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, okay.
That
Don't
definitely looks
panic.
better.
Okay, so I'm going to orient this like Rhonda was talking about. I'm going to orient this to just try and stay. Okay, this is working better. See? Okay, it wasn't dry enough. Okay. Okay, this is a lot better on this little arm here. A little better example. Sorry, Justin.
No, looks good.
Not on the spot. Okay. Oh, very neat. Yay, contrast. Okay. So I'm going to continue just going over highlights. I don't know if I should highlight on the inside of his ribs. I guess if he's just a skeleton, light would get in there. I don't know. It feels right.
If it feels right, do it.
Isn't that like the Church of Satan's kind of idea? Are you a Satanist?
Sure. You know what? Why not?
I forgot we're not supposed to talk about religion. Sorry.
I mean, painting is religion, right?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the Church of Satan if that's what you're into. Whatever feels right, right? Oh no, see, that's not a highlight. Okay, so I've gone a little overboard on his head, so we're gonna do the same thing we just did with the clean, damp brush. We're gonna take a little bit of that off. We wanna keep a little bit more contrast than that. We don't want him to be bright all over like that. Okay. Awesome. Very, very easy. Oh no, the far right's gonna show up at HQ with torches at any moment. I'm sorry. Asmodeus Soulpire? I hope not.
Happy little skeleton. I like
It
that.
is a happy little skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, we look forward to seeing you then, Swillow.
When's Willow coming? Coming to the shop tomorrow. My mom is going to pick up some minis, so I'm taking her to look around. What kind of minis does your mom like, Swillow? I wanted to say like maybe mouselings or whatever, but moms like different things, right? That's what my mom would like, I think, is mouselings. Maybe a really modest mermaid. Do we have a really modest mermaid?
I don't know.
Every mermaid I can think of is kind of,
What?
you know,
What, risque?
boobs out, yeah.
Oh. Oh, hey, look at that.
Sea knot.
CNOT is
Bush.
rating us with 102 people.
Thank you.
We've
Hi,
rated him
hi.
a couple of times. He does some really big sculpting.
Okay.
He's a super cool guy. Super cool guy.
I would like to get into painting bigger things, like busts and things. Anne says maybe after I do the second Learn to Paint kit, the layering would be a good time to get into doing like busts and larger areas.
Also, welcome everyone from
Yes, welcome, welcome.
from CNOT's channel.
Very excited.
This is the first time Sadie has ever painted with any real instruction.
Yes, Calisandra, baby steps. I mean, I always get ahead of myself. I get overexcited.
if you
And
wanna
then I
say
get
hi.
frustrated and I quit. What?
If you want to say hi to all the new people,
Hi, hi, hi.
introduce yourself, all that kind of stuff.
I'm Sadie. I am the paint mixer at Reaper Miniatures, and this is Painting Platinum. Right now we're working our way through the Learn to Paint kits, starting with the core skills, and I've pretty much never done this before, not really. So this is a good example of how you would do your first mini.
You want to show us the cover of the case real quick?
Yeah, I'd love to. Okay, me. That's an and move.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what I hear. Okay, this is the Learn to Paint Kit Core Skills. Let me move this back. It's in focus. Okay, there. Awesome. It's really neat because it has the little Reaper insignia, Reaper logo. It's our new case. It's very square. I like it. The older ones were kind of rounded. Okay, awesome.
I'm
awesome.
good, V-Man, but I don't know if I'm that good. I'll see if Sadie can do that. They want to know if I can convince both his wife and the boss to let them take off work to come down to the shop in Texas.
I bet we could find something that your wife is interested in and your boss that would make them want to come see it. We have so many minis. We have so much fun stuff. I think we could do it. I'm a little ambitious, but I think we could do it. Okay, so we're still dry brush highlighting on this skeleton, and I've gone a little overboard. He's a little bright, but that's okay. He's a really clean skeleton. And I'm trying to stay perpendicular so it just kind of barely touches the areas I want to highlight. Kind of getting in there. It's going in a little bit to the crevices, so I'm going to take this clean damp brush and wick away a little bit more. Rhonda, have I gone like too far off the rails on this? Am I getting it? I don't know. Yes, he polishes himself after every battle. I really like that story. I'm going to try and think of more. I see a lot of people that kind of think of stories for their miniatures, and I think my favorite part of all this is that you can customize it and you can make everything just whatever color you want, and make hair and, you know, whatever. I could have made this a blue skeleton if I weren't following instructions. So yeah, a very polished skeleton archer. I like that a lot. Cyberstorm says, Sibstorm. Push contrast until somebody tells you to stop, then go a little. I like that. It's like the people that tell you, some people tell you you should put on more accessories after you feel like you're done, and some people tell you, like, put on a bunch of accessories and then take one off. Whatever. It has nothing to do with what we're doing here, but
also real quick
as
we start to wrap up here.
Oh yeah, we're wrapping up.
Get your hashtag freeze in, guys.
Get them in there.
Because we're going to give away 5 Poke Tools.
5 Poke Tools, possibly cast by Dave, maybe signed. He said yes, so yeah. I'm not even going to say possibly.
Cast, signed, and blessed by Dave.
Blessed by Dave.
Now they've been blessed by Dave.
I love it. I love it. Christened. Excellent.
Christened.
Excellent.
Do you want to show them what a Poke Tool looks like?
Yes, I would love to. Okay, so we have these Poke Tools. Let's go to our close real camera, and the one you like. And okay, so it's got a little skull here, and it's a sharp tool that you can use when your bottle gets clogged to push into. So like, let's say if this were clogged, I would be like pushing and this wouldn't come out, and I would just like do a little very gentle kind of stabbing motion into here and pull this out. And if I were really
stabbing motion,
gentle, and don't poke yourself, and I would wipe it off if I were really good, but I'm not. Brother Dave, not ordained. That's correct, TJ. Blessed by Dave. Eep. Silverthorn. Yeah, perhaps. Brother Dave. Which is why I'm afraid to ask how it was blessed. I feel like maybe in Mama San tears, or Mama San's water bowl. I feel like that's a holy crucible holder, something. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off the rails. We're trying to wrap this up. So I did my base coat, dry brush highlight. Before that, I did the wash of the mountain stone to get the details in here. And then I did a second dry brush to super highlight with the white. And that's where we're going to leave this off today. This was a lot of fun, and I feel a little better. A little bit better of a painter. Like, not a whole lot better. Holy Vessel, yes, Paul John's life.
Yeah, it's not as difficult as it looks, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm very excited, especially with the thinning of the paints. I was really skeptical. I told Anne I was painting a little, and she was like, yeah, but do you thin your paints? And I was like, no, not at all. So I'm really excited with how this went, and thinning them out and layering them on here, wicking them away. Wicking away is my favorite part. It's so neat. It works so much better than you think it would go. So. And
your episode 2 of your show should have a logo, an intro, all the bells and whistles.
So Painting Platinum next time, not next Thursday because that's Thanksgiving and Justin doesn't want to come to work, but the week after that we will go again. I would totally come in on Thanksgiving for you guys. I love you guys.
2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from today, we're going to be back with a logo. We just looked at a sketch of it. It was really neat. Ishtar Desi. I love the name Ishtar. I don't think I'll ever compete with Anne. I think she'll keep getting a little bit better as I get better. Oh, close-up of the figure. Yes, Reaper Dave. Sadie needs a theme song. We would have to think of an original song, Glenn H25, because Justin tells me if we have a real song in here that they'll mute it on the replaying.
Little lemon drop is Meeckah, by the way.
Where?
Right
Where?
here.
Wifey says he can't come to work. Sorry, Meeckah. I'm sorry. You're right. He needs to be with his family. His little dog, little dogs, wife.
I have 2 little dogs.
Cat.
Yeah.
It's a medium dog.
Medium
Very
dog,
cute.
Sure. Yeah, she's awesome.
Costume changes, special effects, sweet guitar riffs.
That's
know what's up.
That's really
Nataipriest.
ambitious. Yeah, Nataipriest.
I have been really pushing all sorts of different stuff, and we're trying to keep it simple. We're trying to keep it simple in the beginning, and apparently the more people that watch, the more wild and crazy I can get. Fun stuff, maybe a bubble machine. I don't know. Maybe
as we work out the...
No more promises, but Sadie Sparkle, there's a color coming up that's really signature paint color. Yeah, exactly. This one won't be the Sadie signature paint color, but it's really neat. It's really exciting. I think you'll like it.
Also,
smoke machines. I've been told we can't have any smoke up here because Michael Collins doesn't like it.
Smoke machines are fine, but that's not real smoke.
Okay.
You wanted to smoke up here.
We're not going to talk about everything I wanted.
Anyway.
All right.
So let's do a close-up.
We're supposed to be wrapping this up.
Yeah, let's do a close-up.
We're going to do a close-up.
Remember the tape.
Oh, yeah.
And come down with it.
Somebody says we need a 64-piece orchestra suite.
Come down with it.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at chat. Okay. So we went a little bright on it. We went a little overboard on the second highlight with the dry brush. But you know what? I don't know. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. I think it'll be fine.
It's going to make it.
See, even Vicky says no smoking. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you, Vicky. What about vaping?
No vaping either.
Nobody gets high here. No. I just wanted one of those really long Cruella de Vil cigarette holders. You know what I mean? I thought that'd be really fancy. I thought that'd be a fancy thing to get going. But you're right. No smoking. It's bad for you.
All right. Our 5 winners have been drawn, by the way, guys.
A what?
Our 5 winners.
5 winners.
I'm going to go ahead
Let's get the 5 winners. Justin's going to read them.
I'm going to read them.
Smoking is bad. Of course it's bad. Of course it's bad. Maybe a Cruella de Vil looking like bubble blower is what somebody suggested.
I'm also going to announce them in chat.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So first one is Grave Mistake. Meeckah. I think it's Meeckah. Dark Nuck 84. Nataipriest, actually. Look at that. And then Ditch Digger.
Yay.
Bam. Also, I would say since the next show is in 2 weeks from today, before we go over what the winners are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Since the next show is in 2 weeks, that means that if you guys want to, you can get one of these Learn to Paint kits, and she's only a little bit in.
Yeah, I'm not very far in. You could go back and watch this. You could do it on Thanksgiving at home with your family.
And then follow along when she comes back.
And then follow along next time.
Yeah, that way we can all learn together.
Yay, congratulations, winners. This is very exciting because everybody wants these Pokey tools. Everybody wants them.
And if you want to see what that Learn to Paint Kit is, there's a link in chat that Meebot keeps posting.
It's the 8906 Core Skills Paint Kit. Very neat. Very nice, heavy box. You can put lots of paints in. Like, not just what comes with it, but look, you can put all your paints in there. Put your little rose gold, your little drow nipple, your little whatever goes in here. Any of it.
So for the winners, what are they supposed to do? Do you remember? I do this to everyone that comes on the show. What are the winners supposed to do?
What they're supposed to do is they're supposed to DM you.
Nope.
A picture of themselves.
No. Whoa. Okay. All right. We're
With
going to
their
go ahead
pets.
and mute. Nope. So the winners need to email me at reaperlive@reapermini.com. Don't DM me a picture of yourself. Not important. Not necessary. I don't need your phone number. I don't need colonoscopy reports as well as video footage. I don't need any of that.
Blood type.
I don't need blood types. I just need your Twitch handle. I need a valid shipping address. And the rest is kind of up to me. So just get that shipped or get that sent in to reaperlive@reapermini.com. The description will have the winners as well as all of this information on YouTube. So if in hearing it, oh, look at that. TJ wants to send me nudes. Thank you. Thank you, TJ. I can't advocate that.
Yes, do it. Do it, TJ.
No. Twitch TOS. Cannot do that.
I'm sorry.
Do not do that.
Don't do that.
TJ, please.
Don't listen to me ever.
That's even better. Thank you. But no, do not send those. We do not advocate that. Awesome, guys.
If I can get into casting, I would give a Pokey tool to every person who DM'd me a picture of their cat, actual cat. No nudes.
Yeah, no, cat's not a euphemism either. No, like actual
Real
cat.
cat. Like
Yes.
Mama-san.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm joking. Good.
No, we know you're joking, but Twitch doesn't. Twitch
No,
can be
yeah.
kinda
He was
crazy.
talking to me. You
Yeah.
can say whatever you want.
Yes, you guys can.
I'm the one that has to
Yeah, we
keep
can't.
it together and not tell you guys to do bad
Don't
stuff.
encourage people to send us that.
Never do that. No actual cat, of course. Of course.
Anyway,
Okay.
Reaper Live, reapermini.com. And in case you
Yes.
missed your name, it's going to be in the description on the YouTube video, which should be up sometime within the next hour or two. So,
Max Power's cat was in a cat photography book.
wow.
That's really important. And you're from, I think I saw that Max Powers is from Denison, right? Like
He's
Texoma area?
close by, I thought.
Yeah.
We're close-ish.
I love that area. That place loves my soul. Rabbits, of course. Of course Ishtar does he.
That is true. You can
Miniature
send
cats.
me. You can send me your memes. Memes are completely acceptable. Also questions, because we will grab questions as they come in. We'll forward them, and then they might end up on the run sheet. They might not.
Denison. Yeah, I love Denison. It's so quaint. I would live there if Reaper were there. Handsome Tuxedo Kitty. Those are one of my favorites. Okay, everybody. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Thanks so much for coming in and talking about your cats and painting with us and looking at our stuff. I had so much fun. This was so fun.
Got a raid going here to
Oh, we got a raid going.
Miniatures Den.
Miniatures Den in 4 seconds. Everybody get ready. We're going to go.
Yeah, say hi, and we will see you guys tonight because it's Reaper Live. Don't forget.
Yes, Reaper Live at 6, and then tomorrow, Welcome to Reaperland.
Well, that doesn't help. Not yet.
Oh, just kidding. Sorry.
It's coming, but tomorrow 3 o'clock, standard Bones Live 5 or Bones 5.
Oh, hi, Frumpy Glass. Thank you.
Oh, hey, Frompy, there he is. All right, guys.
All right.
You have a good day. I'll see you later. Right, Sadie? Wave.
Yeah, bye. Bye. Love you. Bye.